Hey everyone, Dennis Kaye here with Belize Islands Real Estate. Hope you're all doing well today. Hey, listen, I recently went live. We did a live streaming webinar. We went for 2 hours and 15 minutes, and we talked about all sorts of things to moving down to Belize as an expat, retiring in Belize, how to get used to your new environment. We talked a lot about investing, Airbnbs, rental income, taxes, all that kind of good stuff. But I realized that most of you don't have 2 hours and 15 minutes to sit and watch an entire live stream through. And so what we're doing is we're breaking that up into short segments. Some are 2 or 3, 5 minutes long. Some are 10 to 15 minutes long. And I'm going to be releasing these on my YouTube channel. So if you're interested in any of these topics, look at the subject line below. And if you're interested, spend a few minutes and check it out. I think you'll really find it interesting. And who knows, you might learn something about Belize that you never learned before. So enjoy this snippet of my live stream, and we hope to see you in Belize soon. You know, questions about Airbnbs. I've done entire webinars on those, so I'm going to recommend that you go back and watch those. What I can say is that just do your homework. You know, do your homework. Look at a website called AirDNA. Go to AirDNA. Pay the few bucks that they want for the research. It's awesome information. All right, guys, it's just incredible because they show what people are searching for, what's renting, how much it's renting for. All right, and then I guess let me wrap up with this today about Ambergris Caye, guys, because people are looking at Belize, and Belize is a small country, but they have some ideas on where they might want to live. So a lot of you guys are looking at other places in the mainland. You're looking at Corozal, Placencia, Caye district. So the big major denominator, the big reason why Ambergris Caye is so different is because it has this built-in clientele, this repeat business that other parts of Belize just don't have. For example, Ambergris Caye is a diving destination, always has been, always will be. So for example, you have people that dive, they will come back to Belize year after year after year, and they'll tell you, hey, I'm going diving in Belize, right? So they'll come down, they'll go to the islands, maybe go out to the outer atolls, they'll go diving in Belize. Or they're fishermen, they like to fly fish, go after the bonefish, tarpon, and everything else. So they'll tell you, I'm going down to Belize fishing, right? I'm making a fishing trip. That's the reason. Those kind of people are what we call repeat clientele. They come back to the island every single year, every other year, maybe multiple times a year, and they make up a large part of the repeat business on Ambergris Caye. Now compare that to an area like the Caye district, okay? Beautiful jungle, you have the Mayan ruins, but you're not gonna hear someone say, hey, I'm going down Mayan ruin touring, to Belize again. Once you've done it once, you've done it. Once you've gone cave tubing once, you've done it. Once you've gone ziplining once, you've done it. You don't come back to Belize year after year for those types of experiences. Now, yeah, you might do them 2 or 3 times because when family comes, friends come, you want to go do that with them. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because if you own an Airbnb and it's somewhere like Corozal, Placencia, Caye district, San Ignacio, there is a lot of money spent, advertising dollars spent in order to get an overnight booking, right? So you gotta put out some ads, you gotta spend a lot of time to get a person to come down to spend 3 or 4 or 5 nights or a week in your Airbnb in those areas. Now that person will probably never come back again, all right? They might recommend a family member, but even then it's kind of iffy. But they've done that now. They stayed in those areas once. They're probably not going to be repeat clients. Ambergris Caye is a different animal, right? There are people that come back every year and they will stay in the exact same Airbnb, the exact same hotel. They might even request the exact same hotel room or some exact condo. Why? Because that's where they feel comfortable. It's like coming home. They'll go snorkeling, diving, fishing. They come back for that reason. So when you guys are thinking about this, as far as an Airbnb having a financial return, remember, Ambergris Caye is very different than other areas. It has that built-in clientele. And if you notice, that is where also the name brand hotels are building. They're not building on the mainland. They're not building on Kikaker. They're not building in Placencia. Why? First of all, they don't have the flow-through traffic. They don't get the amount of physical bodies, the tourists going into those areas. Placencia, as beautiful as it is, doesn't get the tourism Ambergris Caye does, right? So you're not going to find the larger hotels going down there. You don't have people going down there in mass. You don't have that in Cayo and Corozal. You do on Ambergris Caye. So, for example, right now you have the 220-room hotel called the Hilton Curio Collection. It's there for a reason. And the Hilton has a built-in clientele. People that stay at Hiltons, they'll stay at Hiltons all around the world. If they go to Shanghai, if they go to Beijing, if they go to, wherever it is in the world, Paris, if they're Hilton people, they stay at Hiltons. Now, interestingly, the Alaya Marriott just opened up last week. They just had the grand open. And the Marriott also comes with its own built-in clientele. People get Marriott points. People stay at Marriott's, right? They're loyal to the brand. And so when you see big name brands coming in, we're going to see more here in the next probably 12 to 24 months. They haven't been announced yet, but they're coming, right? So when you see these brands, that should tell you something. Number one is, why is the brand building here and not somewhere else? Okay, these brands come with massive amounts of thinkers that have analyzed the market. They've looked at the numbers. They've done the projections. These are $800 an hour lawyers that are doing these deals. They're investing millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars into a project. They don't do that unless they're very certain that there's going to be a large payoff. So what I'm trying to say is that when you guys are looking at buying a $35,000 lot or a $200,000 beachfront lot or something like that, or building a small Airbnb, it should give you the comfort level like, okay, people are coming here, right? People are looking for inventory when they come. Now, maybe my 3 or 4 casitas won't do as much revenue as the big Marriott, but there's not a lot of people that can afford the prices at the Marriott either, or they might not want that experience. People oftentimes are coming to Belize. They don't want the big resort hotel experience. They want the local feel. They want the mom and pop place. I get a lot of people saying, Dennis, I could go to Cancun or Palm Beach, Florida, and be in any resort. I don't want that feel when I come down to Belize. Now, those places like the Wyndham Grand and the Marriott and the Hilton, they're going to fill up just based on their own advertising and marketing dollars. But a lot of people like you and I, when we come down, we want to wake up to a real Belizean breakfast, right? We want to have the tacos. We want to have the salbutes. We want to have the Johnny cake and the fried jack, the real Belizean feel. That's why I think a lot of you guys who are looking at building local places, even smaller places, if you guys get good reviews, if you guys offer something special, and it doesn't have to be on the water, it can't be too far away, but if you guys offer something special, for example, let's say you bought one of those lots in Grand Belizean Estates or Palm Isle Woods, right? And maybe that's what you can afford at this time. So you build something, you build some casitas, maybe you have a pool, you provide some kayaks, maybe a little kayak trailer where you can take by golf cart your kayaks down to Secret Beach. Maybe you offer that to your renters, or some bicycles, or maybe you offer them a Belizean breakfast. The experience you're going to be able to provide is just going to be awesome. Now, those people most likely would come back to stay with you because now you're friends. You just spent a week with these people. They've gotten to know you, the dog, and everything else, right? So that's where Ambergris Caye has a real opportunity. It also has opportunity with niche markets. For example, if you're building in one of the areas that are more isolated right now, then you go after markets like, those who like to fly fish, or those who are into, I don't know, just all sorts of small niche markets. You go after those, you advertise to those on Facebook, Instagram, you get a following. Here's the thing that I want to talk to you guys about: YouTube. All right. A lot of you guys know me from following my YouTube channel, but why doesn't every Airbnb and restaurant and cafe and beach bar have a YouTube channel? They think that Facebook is the big marketer, Instagram. Those are fine, man. You know what? Facebook, I can post a video on Facebook and somebody watches it and tomorrow they forgot about it. You post a video on YouTube. So imagine this, all right? Imagine you own an Airbnb, right? And you get up in the morning, you got your little iPhone and you're walking around the property. And if your guests agree, maybe you say hello to them, you wave hello, you show the dog, you show what you're making for breakfast, right? You show sundowners, you say everybody gathering around at night, drinking some wine and having fun, maybe a rum punch. What if you post a video like that once a week? Right? So over a year, you got 52 videos of your property. And maybe at the end of the stay, you offer to the guests, hey, you know what, would you mind just doing a 1 or 2 minute, I'm sorry, I'm getting blown up here with with WhatsApp messages. What if you just say, you know what? Would you give me a short 2-minute, video? Now, here's the thing: everybody posts reviews on Airbnb or TripAdvisor, but what if you had just a little video, of your guests saying, man, we had an awesome time. We went swimming at Secret Beach, we went snorkeling, we went out to the reef. Imagine the amount of eyeballs that would get as you have a following, right? And then how much more additional traffic that would bring. Even great restaurants. My favorite restaurant on the island, Blue Water Grill. Fantastic. Highly recommend it. What if they had a YouTube channel? Now, what they have is a live camera feed. Right now, you can go to YouTube, type in Blue Water Grill live feed, and you can see the ocean right now. It's a live 24/7 feed. But what if they had a YouTube channel where, you had the owner of Blue Water Grill, or maybe the host or hostess or bartender, a couple times a week, showing them making some cocktails, showing the dishes they're making, showing sushi night, showing the restaurant filled with people. That YouTube is so underutilized right now. And I'm telling you guys that because this is a tool that you can use too with your own properties. So for example, what if you bought a beachfront property and you said, I'm going to document my experience. I'm going to show the property that I bought in its raw native form. I'm going to show the land prep, working with the designer. I'm going to show the designs, the builder. If it takes a year or 2 or 5 years to have my full dream come to fruition. And what if you developed a following so that now over time, you've got 1,000 people or 5,000 people watching on YouTube. And now you put that thing on Airbnb and you want people to come and book it. Man, talk about a marketing tool, man. I know it went off on a rant there, but that's what you guys should be doing. All right. Looking for that because nobody's doing that right now. Guarantee it. Nobody's doing that. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video today. Really appreciate it. If you like these types of videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button below and tune in because we often post several new videos a week, including videos on lifestyle, investing in Belize, new listings, all sorts of good information that you're going to want to know. And also, if you want to hit me up on a live one-on-one Zoom call, the link is below to just simply buy me a coffee. That's all I ask. 1 or 2 coffees, buy one for Steph and I. Let's jump on a Zoom call, talk about your plans for Belize, how we can help make your dreams a reality. All right, thanks a lot. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon.